Hi, this is Greg Jones, 1623 Custom Harmonicas, and in today's video we're going to track down a problem a customer's having with their Seydel Session Steel 10-hole diatonic. So this harmonica is one of the lower octaves. Actually, it's going to be a low D flat or low C sharp, and the customer reports a problem on the 10-hole. So let's see what we got here. And I don't really know. I'll tell you in advance. I don't know what's wrong with the harmonica, but we're going to track it down together. Okay, so what we can do there, we can actually hear. We can hear something is wrong with that note. So let's track down. I think I know what's going on, but let's work through this together. So I'm going to adjust the camera. Now, when you're working on your harmonicas, I always suggest that we work over a napkin or a towel or something like that. The screws will fall out, and if they do, they're going to bounce around. So always work over something if you can. And I'm just using a standard Phillips head on these screws. These are going to be standard Phillips head screws. And we'll get these taken apart here. And I can see the problem already. If you, and I know that the glare is always kind of difficult, but if you will look at that slot there, let me see if I can get it in there to where you can see, but you might be able to see there on that 10-hole. I'll show you. The 10-hole reed is actually sitting low. You can actually see the reed is cracked. I mean, I'm gonna put my probe up through there, and you can actually see that the 10-hole, the 10 reed below is cracked. I'm going to adjust the camera again. What's happened here is that through playing, and this is just something that's going to eventually happen. Reeds are moving parts, and as they vibrate, eventually all reeds will eventually develop a crack down, usually towards the base. Now you're saying, well, not all reeds won't develop that crack. I have a lot of harmonicas that have never broken, and that's true. When I say they will all eventually do it, they'll all eventually break if they're played long enough. And it's just that some reeds, for a variety of reasons, last a long time, and some don't. Reeds, when they're manufactured, actually have go through a process where a milling process that puts microscopic cracks in the reed, and these cracks or milling marks go horizontal, so they go across the reed, and it's just kind of the nature of manufacturing, and those microscopic cracks are starting points for a fracture. So most of the time it doesn't matter in the life of a harmonica. We don't ever notice a reed going bad, or it doesn't happen. The harmonica goes bad on its own for whatever reason, or we get another one. But sometimes it does happen. So in this case, the fix is going to be very, very simple. I'm just going to put a new reed in there, and that'll be done in another video. But I will say, the good news is that when I replace the reed, I'm going to go through, I'm going to install a higher pitched reed on the 10-hole blow, and I'm going to polish that thing down. And my bet is that the customer will never have this problem again, at least not on that reed. So anyhow, thank you for tuning in. I'm Greg Jones, 1623 Custom Harmonicas, your Seydel dealer.